A great Friday morning. It's a beautiful morning here in the city of Brownsville, and it is Earth Day. So it's the happy birthday, Earth, I guess.
That's right.
And Kathy and I decided to wear the same thing today
Same
because it's
color.
Uniform Friday. So it's a good thing. How you doing, Kathy?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
I'm doing good, and I think most folks here in the city of Brownsville are doing okay.
Yeah, I guess the talk of town is the issue about that arena. Yesterday, I was just insane. I got so many calls and people asking me for my input or how I felt about it.
Well, I think one of the things yesterday, Kathy, I had the opportunity to visit. George P. Bush was here, uh, the Texas Land Commissioner, and I went to a meeting that the Republican Party had here locally, and I think that it was important that the conversation from a lot of the individuals there who are seeking office, as the was about the arena, and I'm glad that as a party, it's the only party that has actually come out with an official statement in regards to the manipulation that this Madeira and these Friends of Cameron County Arena are trying to do. The only ones that have filed a complaint in regards to the ethics committee, and I tried to share yesterday. It's not going to make much of a difference, but at least they're doing something. I have not heard a peep from the Democrat chair, who is a friend of mine. I think he's a friend of yours too, Jared Hakama. As to have not heard a peep from him or the Democrat Party here locally. It's like they're so hell bent in supporting the candidates that are in office right now that again they've neglected the fact that it's going to hurt the people of Cameron County.
You're right. And yesterday, I received in the mail. It's a it's a booklet that is mailed out to realtors about data, about information, about interest rates going up already. Yesterday, interest rates were up a six, minimum five. So they're coming in with this development, but I don't think they're paying attention to what's coming. And I believe take care of what you have. I mean, you're biting more than you can chew. That's how I see it.
Well,
You know,
I mean, you're right on point, and I would agree with that information that you got. I think a lot of the things that a lot of folks aren't taking into account is that we are very in the not know as to what's going to happen the next 5, 10, 15 years, especially with the economic situation that we're going through as a country, especially as a locality here down south of Texas. We are still the poorest community as to here in the country, and I don't see any relief coming anytime soon. One of the things that the mayor was out there touting yesterday in the State of the City address was, how well things are. Well, they're well for you, Mayor, and they're well for Judge Eddie Trevino and Joey Lopez and Garza and all the other commissioners, Sophie Benavides. It's good for them. Doesn't mean that it's good for everyone else in the community, because usually what happens, Kathy, is what's good for them is detrimental to the people in Cameron County.
and that is correct. You know that I drive Brownsville. I drive throughout Brownsville every day. I'm happy that they're doing some of the streets already down on Southmost, which is Commissioner Galansky's area. But everything is so long overdue. Now all of a sudden they say, "Oh yes, we're putting in money for infrastructure." Oh yes, they're trying to paint this pretty picture that they're also handling what they should have done a long time ago, right? And not now. But I'm going to tell you that it's such a big huge project that they have, but it's a developer that's needing assistance based on behalf of donating land to the local leaders that we have right now, donating it to the county so those local leaders can say, you know what, it's an excellent idea. It's great. This is the opportunity to jump on it. But, I sent you a text that stated that that property taxes has been one of the way of doing, you know, for thieves. In other words, a form of theft. You know, through our taxes, they do all these projects, and they're all linked onto somebody that they know. They put out for bids, but what a coincidence. That bid turns out to 50 million, all of a sudden turns into 70 million because of change orders, because they forgot to put a door, because they forgot to put a hallway. All of that comes after. And then the big question is, well, who's going to pay for it? I heard you guys talking about the bonds. That's the way it works. They approve the bonds, they get their deal to be passed, and then we pass those through the vote, and then we're stuck with it. So in actuality, we don't pay attention to what's going on. And then I had a couple of people say, regardless of how we vote, they're still going to do whatever they want. I heard, this is what I was told. If it doesn't pass this time, they'll bring it back in November. In other words, they're like a tick. They're gonna stick to it. They're gonna stick to making sure that they get it done regardless. It's beyond me how much money they've pumped out just to get this election and get the vote on this time around. For them to put all those signs, for them to give enchilada plates. I mean, guys, pay attention. They're not going to buy me with an enchilada plate. They're not going to buy me with their signs. We just need to be smart enough to put two and two together and figure it out. You know, this is a rushed project. It's not even really well thought out or planned.
Oh, and we have a lot of huecos in regards to information that they provide to it. But I mean, it should be, and again, and I'm hoping that the people of Cameron County, wise up the fact that they're pushing it just a little bit too hard. I mean, they're doing phone banking, they're doing text messages, they're putting up flyers, sending out flyers, push cards. They're putting up all these signs. They're going to be putting up billboards. We're going to have commercials for it. We're going to have radio spots supporting it, guys. All that is what a politician does. Invests all this money in a campaign where they expect to benefit themselves and their compadre. Guys, lived it far too many times. Far too many have these individuals like Trey Mendez, who's out there and spends $250,000, $250,000 to become the mayor of the city of Brownsville, and has probably already recouped that money 2-3 times just by sitting on the city commission. And look, he spends $250,000 with the money that we caught him trying to pocket, the $200,000. Guys, that would have wiped away. So can you imagine $200,000 each one? And that's lowballing it, guys. Lowballing it. Throughout the State of the City address, he's mentioning all these great improvements downtown. Again, how does that benefit a family of 5 or 6 living over there by Rivera or Southmost who can't afford to come downtown to eat at the Gucci restaurants downtown? How does it benefit them? It doesn't. It benefits him and his compadres who own downtown, because the more money that is pumped in there, the higher their property value goes up, and they pay no taxes. No taxes. So to them, if their property goes up from $200,000 up to $1.2 million, it's just more money for them because they're not paying any taxes. And tell me, how is it justified? How can they justify you having to pay $5,000 to $10,000 more a year? How? It benefits them. It doesn't benefit you. Kathy, have you seen the property taxes?
Yep, and I got a call of a couple of clients of mine that purchased properties 2 years ago, and they are not happy. They are just, but again, instead of doing these projects that they have and helping certain particular investors that own land, start working on the things that we're really having issues with. You know, the appraisal district, first of all, they have people there that don't understand or don't know what's going on. They don't know what they're doing. And they're just taxing these properties without even having the expertise that they need. Some people say, I have not even renovated my house and my taxes have gone up. I have not put a brand new fence, and my taxes have gone up. In other words, it's beyond us how they're doing, how the way they want to try to do things and just practically abuse the taxpayers. It's an abuse. That's how I see it. And in my business, I see it every day, every day. I hear it and I see it.
Well, it's such a shame because you would think if right now one of the things that Mayor Mendez again mentioned at the State of the Union was that DHR hospital Doctors Hospital Renaissance from Edinburgh is coming and setting up shop in Brownsville, Texas, and I'm all for that. I mean, DHR is actually the hospital that I go to. It's a great system, great system. It'd be a great asset for the city of Brownsville, but that's coming in the future. If we would have had it now, and then you say, well, my taxes went up because DHR set up shop, then you go like, well, I understand because as Kathy, property value goes up when you have hospitals, uh, schools, supermarkets in the area. Then you're going to pay a little bit more in regards to purchasing a property. Well, it's the same. And Kathy, you correct me if I'm wrong. It's the same system. Your taxes should go up if a hospital is built close to your house, if schools are coming up, if these things around you are easy and accessible. But again, we've got people living at Rivera that have absolutely no access to a supermarket in a 10-mile radius.
Radius.
Nada. Zip.
Yeah.
Why?
And we go back to the, I'm going to tell you, Lago Vista subdivision that's over here by Olmito, they still have like 200, close to 200 acres to finish developing. Over here on 1732, as you exit that Merryman Road, or a little bit further out the Olmito exit,
Yeah.
to the left, which is Farm Road 1732, which is being widened. That's on exit 9. So that area right there has almost 200 acres still that needs to be developed. Yet you have all this acreage, 1,300, that they're pushing and pushing for us to make the arena so we can build the homes behind it. Well, and on that, it's interesting because the state of Texas says, yes, we have people moving into the state of Texas and we have people moving into this area of population, but yet people aren't going to be able to afford the homes, the prices of the homes, because they're going to be so expensive. I mean, we can't find homes between 150 up to $200,000. We have more buyers. We have a 58% of buyers in the price range of 100,000 to 200,000. And I encourage people to call a realtor and ask prices of homes nowadays. 1,500 square feet home, 1,500 square feet home, which is a good size home, it's already at $245,000.
That's crazy.
Our buyers, yeah. So it hurts me and it bothers me because our local citizens are being left out of the equation. We go back again to, what are these leaders thinking? What are they doing? They're only messing up the local citizens that have invested all their livelihood in the city, and or they're trying to make a living and have a family and have the American dream of owning their own home. This project, about 1,300 acres, people, don't be deceived. It's on the exit 11 of Farm Road 803, the exit of Rancho Viejo. And then you go through the frontage road. It's between Highway 100, Farm Road 100, and between 803. There's close to 3,000 acres there that are going to be developed in the future. But you have a group of people, which is Mr. Sanchez and his group of investors that are part of that ownership. And then you have the leaders that we have right now that aren't caring about the rest of the population that needs to have the opportunity to have the pride of home ownership. I mean, I would, you know what? I'd be greedy to say, vote for it, vote for it. I'm going to benefit. I'm going to be able to sell property there. I'm going to be able to sell homes. It doesn't work that way, guys. The person that's humble and the person that cares for human being population and is a good leader is not going to stick you into a debt that's going to be with us for years. And the way the economy is, pay attention, guys. It's going to hit. When we start seeing interest rates go up from 2 to 3%, as high as 6%, hey, look at the writing on the wall. It's coming, guys. It's coming.
Exactamente. And Mateo, you're on point. Harlingen and SPI have already said that they don't want anything to do with this arena. Where do they think they're going to pull out the yes votes? The politiqueras.
Excellent.
And that's exactly right. That is why they're focusing so hard on Brownsville, Texas, because Brownsville, Texas has the greatest population in regards to the corrupt political votes out there. I mean, it's already been shared by the state of Texas Democrat chair. The state of Texas Democrat chair has already declared and stated that there is corruption in regards to local elections, local politics. He has proven it in a court case. Amazing. He made Trump's point, validated Trump's point by saying there is corruption in regards to the votes in Brownsville, Texas. That is why they're focusing. That's why they're not doing enchilada plates in Harlingen. They're not doing enchilada plates at South Padre Island. The people in South Padre Island, Harlingen, would throw it in their face, would slam it on their face. We're not going to sell out for a plate of enchiladas. Unfortunately, there's a lot of individuals here. And look, I'm surprised at the knowledgeable people here that are out there still supporting this crap. I'm sorry, guys. The same promises that were made to the community in regards to the sports park are being made in regards to this arena by local elected officials. The same arguments. And you think it's going to go better on a $300 million project instead of the 58 million that we got stuck with? It's impossible. It's not going to happen. Porque si en lo poco no eres fiel, ¿quién te ha de cobrar, confiarlo mucho?
You know, I'm going to share this. Yes, about 3 weeks ago, I get one of my clients who's an investor, and he's got a hotel in Brownsville and he's got a hotel in McAllen. He says, Kat, what's going on here in Brownsville? Mind you, he's an investor that's from out of town. I said, well, why? Why are you asking that? He says, I got approached for me to put a hotel, but I'm not going to benefit from it. As a hotel owner, I'm going to lose money. This is somebody that they approached. And he said, and I said, well, what are you going to do? He says, I'm no fool. I am not going to put one of my hotels here in Brownsville for that arena. This is a guy that was approached that is an investor in hotels. That is a sad thing to hear from somebody that would like to make business in Brownsville, but he said it very clearly. The way they're going about it and the tax rate that I'm getting charged is not good. It's not good.
Not at all. I will make a video of my property that I have. I pay taxes on a canal that I have in the backyard for 25 years. I paid. They have never cleaned it. Who pockets this money if they don't use it properly? I'm sickened by this. I know it. The irrigation committee down south, most South Dakota State, please, I need feedback on this. Has been causing so many problems with the city wiring pole. I've been with them, and they say they look into it, and they never came. The canal is super grown trees. All I can tell you. Let me tell you, Terry, that is the case of every other community here in the city of Brownsville. Every other community is in the same disarray and the same bad shape. The only properties out there that have halfway decent surroundings around them are the ones where the politicos live. That's what it is. That is why the streets over there in Pala, over there by down southmost, that's why it got fixed. The only one. Everything else was a piece of crap. Driving while podcasting was wow. Let me tell you, I've one of the good things about podcasting is that you don't necessarily have to be looking at a TV screen in order to be able to podcast. You can just necessarily be calling it out as it goes around. Yes, $200,000 homes in Brownsville. Would you call that gentrification? Look, man, I'm all for progress. Look, I hate the word gentrification because automatically it puts a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. But it is gentrification. Let me say, is that it's really unfortunate that the amounts of monies that we're having to pay aren't in tune or parallel with the amount of income that you could possibly earn here locally, because we've had no economic development, we've had no economic growth, we have nothing to say, you know, go ahead and raise my rents by 10, 12%. And that's the difference between a city like Brownsville and a city like Austin. We don't need Brownsville to become Austin, at least not right now. In Austin, I mean, I was working out there. Our rent went up from $750 all the way to $1,200, but so did my salary. So did the job opportunities, the openings. Here we have nothing. I mean, we still have people earning $10 an hour. How the hell people can survive on $10 an hour in the city of Brownsville really baffles me. But we have a great number of individuals. I would easily say 80%, 75 to 80% of the individuals here in the city of Brownsville earning $10 to $12 an hour. That's crazy.
And rents here, rents are 1,000, from 1,000 up to 3,000. You
It's
know,
crazy.
and people are looking for 700, 800, 900, you know, dollar rents, and they're very limited. There's not a lot out there. Yes, I just read that there's $200,000 homes. When you have 15 interested buyers that would like to buy a home within that price range, it's a bidding contest. That's what we have right now, guys. That is exactly what we have. So this, what they're pitching to us, everybody that's with us and agrees with us, we need to commit to take our family to go vote and encourage our friends to please go out and vote, because all the money that they're pumping in, believe you me, they want to get it done regardless. And to me, it's a disrespect. We had already sent them a message. It was no. And they came back with loaded guns and they said, okay, we're going to have it done our way. We have the money. They don't. We're going to get it done regardless. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. It's a disrespect. It didn't pass already. Let it go. Prepare it well. Wait until this recession is presented to the public. Get the public involved in a good way, not in a way where it's deceiving. And that's what they've done. It's been deceiving. Hey, if I'm going to call an ace an ace, I'm going to say it and I'm going to tell it to your face. If you like it, fine, and if not, too bad. But don't lie to me,
Uh,
or don't lie
Let me
to
say,
all of us,
don't
please.
lie to the community as a whole. Let me say, and look, guys, you don't have to look very far. Everyone that's listening, just look at your tax statement. Your tax statement is going to be
Oye,
very,
¿en
very
qué
telling.
éxito nos tenemos que bajar?
It's not just your tax statement that you have to look at, guys. Not just your tax statement. Look at your utility bills. We had Commissioner De Los Santos on the other day. Commissioner Los Santos basically told us what we've been saying for years. There's no way that your electricity rates are going to go down. The amount of money that you pay is not going to go down. You're going to pay more in your electricity bill. He stated it. He declared it here, guys. It's recorded. Your electricity bill is going to go up, because they may say Mayor Mendez might go out there and promise individuals, and people believe that crap. Oh well, we're going to reduce the rate by 18%. We have the screenshots where he posted it on his page. They're going to reduce the rate by 18%, and we asked Commissioner Los Santos what about the decrease. Well, it's going to happen, but it doesn't going to make much matter because your rates are going to go up. I mean, your payment's going to go up. You're going to pay more every month in electricity rates. So in what world, to anyone out there, guys, does it make sense that we're going to enter into a 300+ million dollar project, this arena, and we're not going to pay for it? That's what they're trying to sell you. We're not going to pay for it. guys, we're going to pay for it out the rear end, guys, for decades to come. And the only ones that are going to benefit are Dennis and David Sanchez, Trey Mendez, Judge Eddie Trevino, Joey Lopez, Sofia Benavides, Garza guy, whoever the hell he is, and anyone else that's there at Chichincles, guys. Anyone else that's on these different boards and committees here in the city of Brownsville, like the Michael Limas, like BCIC people, like the Chamber of Commerce folks, that stupid, pathetic United Way of Cameron County. Those are the corrupt individuals that are going to make a buck out of this. Not you. You're going to pay for it. You're going to get screwed, and they're going to become rich. Good morning, Carnelia. Good morning. Good morning. Good. Most homeowners have up to a dozen cars parked on their yards, and they can't afford paid taxes. Well, it depends on what kind of cars you got. I got cheap cars at my house. I don't drive a Lexus or a Tesla. If the city decides to build this arena without the community's approval, the people should protest their taxes and not pay a single dime, which will be a grand opening, a grand closing for this arena. And those corrupted people will lose that money. No creen. Actually, they risk nothing, Mario. They risk nothing. The only ones that have a risk to lose are the citizens of this community. They lose nothing. The contractors make their money, they're guaranteed payment. The architects, the builders, they're guaranteed payment. There's nothing that guarantees that we are not going to have our taxes increased. There's nothing to guarantee that we're going to have to subsidize the payment for this arena and paying more money in regards to the toll bridges, park entrances, and anything else that they could get money from us. We're going to pay for it like it's nobody's business. If Brownsville can assemble for Black Lives Matter, you can assemble to vote no or just vote for that matter. Part of the problem that all these little leftist crazy groups like the Black Lives Matter group and the Let's Save Becca, the painter of the words on the wall, is that they're probably with them because they get screwed by them. But at the end of the day, they're still the same individuals out there. I do not trust any of them. I asked what is the minimum of concert events the arena needs to keep it profitable and what would happen and what would they do if they didn't meet the minimum? Where would the funds come from? But of course, it went unacknowledged. They're not going to answer because right now they're promising 60 they're assuming 60 events a year. It's impossible. When have you seen 60 events happen at Brownsville Event Center? Brownsville Event Center is in the red. Am I right, Kathy?
That is correct. That is correct. And not even Edinburgh Arena has 60 events. It's impossible. Break down the days, the years, or see what see calendar.
We're not going to get 60 events.
I think everything's no, we're not. We're lucky we get 12 people that commit to come to us.
We're not going to get 60 events. It's not going to happen. We're and the numbers that they've produced in regards to the arena, guys, the numbers that they produce, they show that even with 60 events and 70% capacity of these places, guys, even with those numbers, we are still going to be 2.5 million in the hole. Again, it's a sports park all over again, but to a greater magnitude because we're not going to be $2.5 million in the hole. We're easily going to be in 20 to 30 million in the hole a year. That the money's going to come from somewhere, guys. It's not going to come from the politicos' pockets. It's not going to come out for their campaign funds. It's going to come out from you in park entrance fees, in services paid, in taxes. It's going to come out from you, not from them. They don't pay taxes. Remember that. The politicos, Trey Mendez, Joey Lopez, what's that guy's name? Eddie Trevino. They don't pay taxes. You do. I never care for concerts. I don't think we have the numbers here in Brownsville to afford to go to events. I believe we have more non-concert goers and concert enthusiasts because we just don't have the economy for it.
And we go back to Mayor Othelbrand from McAllen. He was a man that had a true vision, and I'm going to tell you, he visualized every city. He was called a racist. He was called many things, but that man was a businessman, and that man expected for all the cities around McAllen to come together and be able to have um, share share their whatever they would offer, whether it was restaurants, whether it was whatever that facilities that they could bring to the community. He knew what he wanted, and he was able to put it together. Right now, far San Juan Alamo, very close. It's from city to city. They're so close. It's probably a street that divides them, or a street light that divides them, and you're already next to the next town. McAllen Mission, um, Sherryland, all those cities, they have more population combined together than we do with Los Fresnos, with Olmito, with PI. They have more population. We don't have that. We don't have that. And we're going to end up losing.
Oh, we're gonna lose big time. And again, Ogati says is completely right, guys. One of the benefits that the Bert Ogden Arena have and the Hidalgo Arena have, guys, is that they've got all these conglomerate cities around who help each other out. They've got Top Golf. They've got the mall that's very successful, guys. They've got all these other businesses out there supporting an arena, a convention center that actually functions and works, guys. We have none of that. I mean, our malls are closing down. If it wasn't for Main Event coming to the Sunrise Mall was on the verge of becoming another Harlingen Mall, which only serves as a little pulguita, guys. That's what's going to ultimately going to happen with the Sunrise Mall. Have you been to the Sunrise Mall as of recent? Guys, the only people out there are pack rats or ratas, little huercos that they drop off because people think it's a daycare. They throw them in the mall. And guys, it is a detriment to the city of Brownsville to even begin to think that we are prepared in any which way, shape, or form for something of this magnitude. We don't have the infrastructure around, guys, and they're saying, "Oh well, they're going to probably, stay at our hotel and stuff." They will not. They will stay close to the airport, and they're not flying into the Brownsville airport. They're going to fly into the Harlingen airport, so they'll stay in Harlingen. They'll stay at the island. A very, very small number is actually going to stay in the city of Brownsville, and that's unfortunate. Is Brownsville included in the Rio Grande Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization? Uh,
Yes, we are.
we are.
Yes, we are. We used to be independent. The people that participated, sorry to interrupt it, Asma, the people that participated,
No.
you have the mayor, part of that committee. You have somebody from the school district. I served for 6 years on that MPO. Um, it was during the time that we had to expand the approval of Military Highway 1421 and 1732 and other little roads that we had to do in 803. So, but you have, I think, two county commissioners as well. You have a whole entire group of all every entity.
100%. And guys, let me say, uh, as much as the MPO benefits a lot of our cities here, I said we just needed to have a bigger stake in regards to some more funds coming down. But if this idea of we're going to get a lot of grants out there, grant monies to help with the arena, have you ever heard of anything like that, guys? Any major city out there that's building arenas? Have you ever heard of them qualifying for different grants out there? Grants in themselves are very competitive as they are, and the whole country is suffering in regards to infrastructure. So again, we'd be on a well, let's see what happens type of situation. But to think that because it's a great deal for them, it's going to be a great deal for the rest of us doesn't work that way, folks. Your taxes are going up. We've seen very little improvements. And just saying that, oh, SpaceX is here, that's why our taxes are going up, that's just ridiculous. I just hate all the griping from homeowners about taxes, but won't invest time to appeal. I am offering free help to appeal, to educate, but I don't see anyone lining up to go get it. So either put up or shut up, or go and take some time. If y'all can call in for work for skipping work para una peda, you can do this for you. But nah, we are all lazy, guys. Again, I'm going to say, but publicly say what I posted on my page. If you want to appeal, please stop by my office. I will help you appeal. We have a visionary in Elon Musk. Why isn't Brownsville thinking like him? Because they are thinking in themselves. And one of the things I can appreciate about Elon Musk, guys, and again, you don't have to like the guy if you don't want to. One of the things I can appreciate it is that he's put his money where his mouth is. I mean, he's gone out there and helped the Ukrainians with Wi-Fi, so they can continue to be communicated, and we can have an idea of what the hell is going on over there. And look, guys, I'm all for exploration and I'm all for freedom of speech. Unfortunately for us, we don't have that here locally. We don't have individuals who are out there trying to benefit. They use a lot of the fancy words like, "Oh, we're going to have a smart city. We're going to have Wi-Fi for the entire city." It hasn't come into fruition. We get promises and promises and promises, and we get nothing. We get promises that our infrastructure is going to get fixed. We're not going to flood. It's not true. We continue to flood, guys. Our streets are in disarray. Our communities are not safe as they should be. As I don't care what the numbers say. The numbers are not reflective. The numbers can be fudged up and mingled any which way that they want. And unfortunately for us, that's what happens here because they want to portray Brownsville as a uppity, oh, everything's okay type of town. It isn't. The politicos are making themselves rich, and we are becoming all the more poor. Well, if this passes, we deserve the failed project. My only hope is that my family lights up a fire under their lazy bums and gets involved. Finally, yes, but guys, this is going to be an expensive one. I mean, we are already lost 130 million in Tenasca, 58 million at the sports park, plus uh, 21 million at the port, guys. How much more can we? I mean, we're sounding like Mexico. La política aquí está peor que la política en México.
I'm totally with them. Whoever said that, it's very true. No tiene vergüenza.
No. And listen to my partner. This house is my house, tax and gluten free. Need to go see that. Kathy, what are your plans for the weekend?
I am going to spend time with my son. I just spent time with him up at a tournament, so he's coming to visit me this weekend. So we're gonna spend some time together and make phone calls because the election starts on Monday. Remember, early voting starts on Monday, guys. So the weekend we need to try to call people, talk about it, encourage them to go out and go vote as early as possible, so we can try to beat the the yay sayers for this project. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to get on the phone, make a list, call my friends, call my family, and get everything going.
Yeah, guys, I am going to be. I will be voting on Monday, guys. I will be out the rest of the week. I will be in Cuba next week. I will be there on a missionary trip. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I leave to Monterrey Monday afternoon, but I will be going to vote Monday morning. I'm going to do exactly the same as Kathy does. I'm going to encourage all my family and friends out there to please come out and vote, 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 and take as many people as you can to come out and vote. Part of the other issue, guys, is again, we need to be very, very informed in regards to votes. There's like 5 different elections coming up, guys, between here and November, guys. And I think we're going to have to deal with a lot of individuals, especially the elderly, who are going to become voter apathic. They're going to go like, ya voté, ya voté, ya voté. Every single election that's coming up, guys, is going to be important. Please encourage anyone and everyone that you know this weekend to come out on Monday and vote early, vote often, and vote extra if you have to. Guys, have a great, great weekend. Kathy, have a great weekend.
You too.
Uh,
Thank you.
we'll be back tonight at
Stay
9
safe,
p.m.
everybody.
Tonight at 9 p.m., guys. Vamos a echarle ganas. Oh, and I want to thank my friends that got me this Circle. This thing is amazing, and I'm a fan of it already. This thing gives flavor to the water, and I appreciate Aloha Isidro. I appreciate it because I cannot drink regular water. I have to have flavored water, and this thing is really amazing. Este, I'm in love with it. So thank you to my friends that sent this, brought this over to me. I already ordered the extra packets. Oh, one more thing. Little Havens Little Haven is having a summer fair. They dropped off this packet at the office, guys. It's going to be on the 20th of May. I will be out of town that day, but I want as many people as possible to go out to Little Haven. They have an amazing program for a lot of the pediatric extended care. So if you have any individuals out there who need extensive care, that are children, guys, please contact Little Haven. They do amazing work. They will be having that fair for children, for all children in the city of Brownsville. As there, so contact Little Haven. I will be posting it on my page, and please do your best to go out there. May the 20th. Aloha, aloha, man. Parece tetera. It does. It's a grown-up tetera. It looks like a huge baby bottle. Nah, great minds think alike. Y'all are just too mean to me. Guys, have a great day. Social distance, face covering, sanitizer. You still believe in all that crap. I'm done with all that. But I will be in Cuba, so I'm probably going to have to wear it. So we'll see what happens. Guys, be good to each other and continue to be good to me. God bless.